Right guys, today we're doing a little tutorial on how to use Cronometer, which is the calorie tracker that I recommend for everyone in my programs and in general. So I've just created a fresh new account, big team, join the big team, link in my Instagram bio. So what we're going to do, we've got a brand new account, we're on the web browser here, not on the app, but if you make a new account on the app, it's all very similar. So we're going to go to our dashboard here, top left, as you can see. My face shouldn't be in the way of anything. You've got these little bars. You can go to your dashboard and you can have your diary for the day, which is where we add our foods, exercises, biometrics, and any notes. So what we eat, what we do, how much we weigh in the morning. So if we go over to the more section and we go to targets and profile, this is where we can see the targets and the values it has for our calories based on our goals. So on the app, I know you can set it up a bit better than you can just online. If you just come here to the target section, fixed targets, you can do everything in grams. So you can just quite easily fill this in with whatever number I've given you for your plan. So if I say, you need, just do what I'm on at the moment, macro-wise, 295 grams of protein, you chuck them in. If you're doing, like I'm doing, 325 grams of fat, carbs, chuck those in. And if I say that we're doing 25 grams of fat, chuck those in, and bosh, it will fix your targets to there. So this is the custom target. Target totals don't match the app's recommendations, but that's okay because I've made them to work. So it's saying that my current target, is different to the ones I've just filled in, but this is fine. Right, now we've filled that profile out with our fixed targets that you'll get on your sheet. You can head over to the diary section where you can see we now have our targets as the ones we've just filled in there. So instead of the ones the app calculates for us, it's the ones that I've made for you. And the diary is where we have our breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and uncategorized. So I suppose meal 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you're eating 5 meals, if you're eating 6 meals, just put 2 meals on 1 is what I do at the moment. Fluid targets, these are all pretty close to the top of the drawer. And as you can see, all of your business here in terms of minerals, proteins, lipids, carbs, vitamins, targets for fibers, ions, calcium, everything. And a nutritional score, which is to do with like how close you are to nailing 100% on everything. So super easy to use here. And the most important thing that you can do is you can copy the days when they're done and send them over to me, which is great. So when you're on the diary, quite simple. We press the plus icon for food. We press the meal that we're eating. And then we can eventually add all of the foods in our diet to this favorites section, which is going to be, so let's say our first meal of the day is going to be some oats. So we'll get some oats, oat bran dry, or, whichever matches the oats that we're eating, but oat bran dry. Let's say we are doing this in our uncategorized meal, and we're having 100 grams of our dry oat bran, or in most cases you'll be able to find what you're eating just through this list, and then you match it up so that these numbers here, the 100 grams, matches the sort of number that you have on the back of your packet. Or you can even find the exact brand of what you're eating there, which is quite handy. But it comes up, it knows the carbs, it knows the fats, it knows the proteins. It needs all the listed nutrients. So if you find the food and it says 0 listed nutrients, I'd recommend you choose another one on the list that has the listed nutrients that also has the right macros. But these are all little things you'll get used to. Bosh, add that to the diary. Now you can see it's got the carbs, it's got the fats, it's got the proteins all added in there. This isn't actually my diet at the moment, but this is just all for the sake of, the example. We say, let's add another food. Let's say we have a nice fresh banana for breakfast, the serving size, a medium-sized banana. Add that in there. Bosh, up it comes. Calories are all there ready. It tells you how many you've eaten. You click over to this, it tells you how many you've got left to eat. Your target, and you know how much you've consumed so far and how much of a deficit you're in. It now knows the fiber, the grams, all the nutrients from these bits and pieces that we've eaten. So it knows already, you know, how good we are for certain vitamins and things like that. So we can see how much of a balanced and proper diet we're eating. So just for the sake of it, let's have a look at adding a biometric, which would be something like your weight or your, so let's just say today we measured in at a body fat of 10%. You can pop that in there as a biometric. It will just come up. You can link your Whoop apps, your Aura apps, all of your Keep Fit apps to your Cronometer. I believe it's on the Syncer device here section. You get Fitbit, Garmin, Whoop, Aura, Polar, Dexcom, Keto Mojo, Sun2, Apple Health, Google Fit, Samsung Health. All of them will link to your Cronometer, and the biometrics they log will pop up here in the diary, which is quite handy. And then other things we can do, we can log some exercise if we so choose. So let's say we've done, well, we have done this morning on a stationary bike, effort level light, duration 60 minutes on the bike. Add that to the diary. You can now see, bosh, it's banked us in these amount of calories. We're not going to then go and eat back these calories that we've banked in as an expenditure. That's not the way we do things, but that's how we will log our exercises, any biometrics that will all link through your device here, through the Syncer device. If you have a device like this, if not, don't worry, but just remember the fixed target section for the macros I send you instead of the ones the app calculates for you, and then the diary to log everything. And then over time, you can see your weekly calories that you consume. You can see a report of the value of all the food that you intake. You can see your weight in these charts. I'm pretty sure there's an option to view the weight across time. There's an option to view everything. So as you log it, you'll get these really nice ways of tracking everything. Then what we can do at the end of the day, so let's just imagine we finish the day, we can mark the day as complete. It puts a little tick here on our, you know, Monday the 22nd. You can take a screenshot of these and send them over to me. And on the app, there is an option, I'm not sure if it's on the website, that that'll take, it will download a picture of the energy, the targets, the balance, the nutrition score, and it puts it all in a picture and it sends it off to us. So on the app, you've got that feature. On the website, it doesn't look like you do, but it'll just be these three buttons, and one of them it says like summarize day summary. You click that, bosh, you send it to me, and I'll be able to see all the food you ate, you know, the macros, the split of the macros, the energy, and of course the micros, so we can make sure that everything's on track. So if you do that at the end of every day, you know, once you've tracked your biometrics, your exercise, your food throughout the day. So I hope that's a quick, simple, little snappy how to do it, how to get it done. But yeah, anything else you need to know about Cronometer, just let us know, and I'll be more than happy to help. So thank you. I'll see you.